Hello, lovely people, and welcome back to Cooking with Efya. Today, we're turning up the heat in the kitchen with something simple but absolutely delicious. We're making corned beef jollof rice. If you are tired of plain jollof and you want something rich and full of flavor, you're going to love this corned beef jollof rice. So all you have to do is to trust the process. Now, without wasting much of your time, let's get started. Now we're going to start by making the stew. So for the base, or for the ingredients for the base, we will need some beetroot, ginger, garlic. I also need some pakoshito, which is optional since we're going to be using the red scotch bonnet pepper. I'll also go in or blend some natural herbs as well. You can also feel free to use any natural herbs of your choice. And I'll also be blending some onions as well. This is about 7 medium-sized onions, and you can use any amount of your choice. I also blended some tomatoes as well, but unfortunately the camera couldn't capture it. So now let's start with the stew. We're going to heat up our cooking oil. Be very generous with the oil. Yes, don't be stingy with it. And this is the oil I used to fry my gizzard, so it's already flavorful, trust me. Now it's time for us to go in with our blended ingredients. As you can see, everything looks very smooth and perfect. You're going to allow this to fry in the hot oil for about 10 to 15 minutes. Yes, fry this really well, like really well for about 10 to 15 minutes, and we are good to go. So the key is that we want to see the oil separate from the pepper mix really well. Okay, so now let's stir everything together very nicely. We will cover and allow it to do its own thing until it's nice and ready. And as always, we're going to come back again to check on it from time to time. Do this on low medium heat and you're going to get the best results. You don't want to rush in this process at all. Okay, so after about 10 minutes we are back. As you can see, everything is coming together very nicely, and that's what we're looking for. Now we're going to allow it to cook for extra 10 minutes more, and it should be ready. All right, so we are back after extra 10 minutes, and this is how it looks like. It looks super good right now. So all that is left is for us to go in with our tomato paste. And as you can see, the oil has really separated itself from the pepper mix and it's looking just perfect. Now this is the tomato size that I'll be using. You can also use any size or any brand of your choice. Okay, now let's scoop in a tomato paste into a stew, and once that is done we will proceed to our next stage. And so whilst that is going on, I want to also use this opportunity to thank all my returning subscribers and new foodie members right here. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for liking my videos, sharing, and also commenting on my videos, fam. I am very grateful. Thank you so much for doing that. I also had to rinse my tin as well, because trust me, we are not wasting anything else, and it was not just water but rather meat stock. You can also add a little amount of water to it so that your stew can cook properly. Now let's stir everything together. We're going to cover and allow it to cook once again for about 10 to 15 minutes until it's nice and ready. Kindly check it from time to time because we really want this stew to really come out really nice. And at this point, if you haven't still subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? Kindly do subscribe to my channel and also do turn on the post notification bell so that anytime I upload amazing videos like this, you will be among the first person to be notified. Thank you so much for doing that. Alright, so as you can see, the stew is coming together very nicely, and that's just perfect. And at this point, the kitchen is already smelling so good. Now let's season it. I'll add some stew seasoning powder, meat seasoning powder, garlic, ginger, and onion powder, and some all-purpose seasoning. Don't forget to add in some curry powder as well, and some salt to taste. That will be all for the seasoning. Kindly adjust everything to your taste, okay? Give it a very good mix. Let everything blend beautifully together. Keep your heat on medium heat and stir occasionally, okay? You want to prevent the stew from burning. At the bottom, so once the oil begins to rise to the top, you know it's getting ready. And you all know how much I do love mackerel in my jollof stew, so obviously today I'm going to add one to it. You can use any mackerel of your choice, okay? And you're going to also add some meat stock to it, which will give the stew a very rich taste. Now stir everything together very nicely and also taste for salt and seasoning. If it's okay, that's just fine, but if it's not, kindly adjust everything to your taste, okay? All right, so one tip that I want to share with you is that if you taste for it and the stew tastes a little bit sour, or if you taste a little bit acidity in it, all you have to do is to add some sugar to it to cut the acidity down, but it's optional. Stir gently and let it simmer for just few more minutes and you are good to go. Once your stew is nice and thick, the oil is also floating, that is when you will know that your stew is ready and dusted. Yes, so we're going to allow this to simmer on low medium heat for about 10 to 15 minutes and it should be ready. Now just look at how rich and perfect this Ghana all-purpose stew or jollof stew looks like. Trust me, it looks super good. It's very well fried and I absolutely love the color, trust me. And just like that, our delicious Ghana style jollof stew is ready. Look at how rich and flavorful it is. You can serve this with some plain rice, jollof rice, boiled yam, spaghetti, kinky, anything your heart desires. Trust me, you're going to love it. Now that our delicious jollof stew is ready, let's turn it into something even better. Yes, we're going to add in our rice, but before that I'll set some of the stew aside because I'll not be using all the stew for this jollof rice, okay? Now I've really washed this rice very well. You can choose not to wash it and you are good to go. I gave it a good stir to mix everything nicely, but as I stirred, I realized something. The stew wasn't enough to cook the rice properly. Don't worry if this happens to you. What I did was very simple. I added a bit more stew to the rice so that the flavor will stay consistent. Trust me, you want the rice to cook in rich tomato flavor and not just water. Trust me. So next I'll go in with some fresh coconut milk. This is optional, but it has such a lovely aroma and creaminess to the rice. If you don't have coconut milk, you can use water or meat stock and it works perfectly fine as well. Just make sure the liquid is enough to cook the rice without making it soggy, okay? I stirred everything together gently, making sure the coconut milk was well combined with the stew and the rice. Then I tasted for salt as well, okay? This part is very important because once the rice starts cooking, adjusting the salt later becomes very tricky. So take your time and balance the flavor right now. Yes, after that I will cover the pot and allow it to cook on low medium heat. But listen, oh, we don't just abandon jollof and come back later. We keep an eye on it. Yes, I open this for about 3 to 4 times during the cooking process just to stir, check the texture and prevent the bottom from burning. You know how jollof rice likes to play rough at the bottom. Just say say, I see a beshi. Obviously, I see a beshi. But we don't want it that much. So if you want kanzo, you can leave yours to burn to ashes and you are good to go. All right, so that was just by the way. All right, so now here is the trick with corned beef. I didn't add it at the beginning, and that was on purpose. Corned beef is already cooked and soft. If you add it too early, it will break down and disappear into the rice. You won't even see it. You won't taste it properly, and it will just vanish. So when the rice was about 80% cooked, I added my corned beef. At this stage, the rice has absorbed most of the liquid and the rice is getting soft. So I gave it a gentle stir, making sure the corned beef was spread evenly throughout the rice. Then I covered it again and reduced the heat to low heat. Let it steam gently for about 10 more minutes, and by the time you open the pot, the aroma alone will call your neighbors. Trust me on this one. Everybody will just start to bring his or her plate for this jollof rice. It's going to amaze you. Just give this recipe a try and you're going to love it. Now I will cover it for extra 5 minutes for the flavors in the corned beef to really incorporate very well with the jollof rice. Trust me on this one. So we're going to allow it to steam on low medium heat for about 5 minutes and it should be ready. Alright, so now I dish my beautifully with simple salad and my juicy kebab or gizzard kebab on the side. The rice is very soft and not saggy, and the corned beef is visible in every scoop. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this Ghanaian corned beef jollof rice, and I'll be glad to read all your amazing comments down below. Thanks for watching Cooking with Efya, and I'll see you in my next delicious video. Bye.